Welcome to another episode of Routes Through Pokemon. I'm Senior Shea.
And I'm Junior Ruby.
And together we are a father and daughter duo journeying through the world of Pokemon through the video games, the anime, and the Pokemon Adventures manga. And this week we are on our fourth route of the Hoenn region, where we... it was like one of the longest treks to another gym, and I'm super glad I didn't have to replay this leg of the journey. Because it took a while.
It was fun.
Oh, it was fun. So yeah, this is our fourth leg of the Hoenn region, where we tried to tackle the fourth gym.
Tried.
Yep, tried.
We succeeded.
Spoilers!
Oh no! You know that if we fail, we still...
Retry.
Yeah, and succeed.
Well, so maybe one of these times it'll be up to the wire before we record, and it'll be like, well, I still haven't beaten it yet. I'll beat it when I get back to it. Could happen. Probably won't, but it could happen. All right, but before we go over this lengthy route, let's catch up on what's been going on. I know for me, allergies have been in play, and I don't know if I mentioned it before, but because I can't remember exactly when it happened now, but I decided to basically scratch my eye with a dandelion, and that made me look funny for a while. But otherwise, recently we went to the zoo because that was the gift we gave, like a season pass for the family, was the gift we gave your mom for Mother's Day. It's not Mother's Day yet, but as we're recording this.
Yeah. This will be out probably after Mother's Day.
Yeah. Yeah, right after Mother's Day, actually.
Well, 2 days after.
Yeah. Did you have fun at the zoo?
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
We got our timing on things ended up giving us a little extra time, and so one of the kiddos wanted to see the bears, which we had missed earlier, so we went off that way and got to see him do all kinds of fun stuff, like scratching himself up on the rock as he like stood there really big. First he was just out in the yard, or the grass, or whatever, yard. Then he was hiding behind the rock for a while, but then we left for a little bit and came back, and then apparently somebody was there, like a zoo person was there talking about it, the girl that was in the pen at least, and there was apples floating around in the water, and watching it try to get it without getting in the water was really funny.
And then it saw one apple that was easy to get, so it went and got that, and then got in the water.
Yep. We got to watch the sea lion show, which is always nice. And what was your favorite part of the zoo?
I don't know. Animals were all kind of cute. Got to see the farm babies.
Yeah, we started off with the farm stuff, even though a lot of those are just animals we have around.
But we wanted to see the babies, and we don't usually have sheep.
True. Or llamas.
I don't know if I saw the llamas.
Oh, they were there.
No, I did. But, it was less packed because it wasn't as warm out, but, like, that was where everyone would probably go. So we'd have no point to go see them later.
Yeah. Yeah, it was...
Since, we already have them.
It wasn't warm out. Like, it wasn't cold, but it wasn't, like, super nice or warm. And school's still in session. And we went there on a weekday. So... And we got to go for, like, a very quiet early hour because we had the membership hour thing or whatever, so...
It was pretty quiet.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like... I thought it was funny when the one monkey... not a monkey. I forget what they're actually called, but they have a sign that says, "We are not monkeys." Was, like, posing right behind your mom when she was taking a picture with Judah, I think.
It was funny.
It was perfect. And then you tried to reenact a picture from way back with Mom when you were a baby with the flamingos. That was hilarious.
Yeah, when I was like a child. I'm not a child anymore.
You are still a child when you were a baby.
Nope.
Oh, I also really like the red panda. Like the red panda a lot. Very cute. And we got to go look at foxes, which made Rosella very happy. She loves foxes.
Yeah, I don't think so.
When we left the zoo and got back in the van, we noticed the right tire was pretty low, so we filled that back up once we got your brother dropped off for work. And then when I got home and everybody got out and I went back to get some more stuff out of the vehicle, I could hear hissing, and sure enough, there is a hole in the tire.
Yet we're still driving on it like there's not.
Well, it takes a while for it to deflate, so we're going to fill it up because we didn't have time to take care of it at that point. And we don't this morning either before you have to get to work. So I had to fill it, take it to work. If it needs filling again, fill it, and then come home. But like it was sitting for hours yesterday and it wasn't flat yet, so.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we got back from dropping your friend off?
Yeah. Driving on it's a different story, though.
Okay.
Than just sitting there.
Well, we technically were driving on it on the way to the zoo, too, because wherever that staple got picked up was probably on the way.
Probably.
And we got it all the way back across the state line, and...
Yeah, but if we keep driving on it, it's going to break.
That's not how that works.
The hole's going to get bigger.
Not necessarily, actually.
Okay, then we can just live the rest of our lives with the tire with the hole and always refill.
No, we're going to fix it, but we just don't have time right now. It might be something we can fix ourselves, and if it's not, we'll have to get a new tire.
Yep.
All right, well, now that we're all caught up, let's jump into our journey to the 4th gym that I thought was going to be shorter at one point, and then it was longer. All right, so we got the Dynamo badge in hand, bikes in our possession, so we decided to revisit Route 110. But this time, traveling along the bike path.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. You took it twice because you wanted to get a better score when we saw that apparently we get a score at the end of
When
it.
we got to the end, he's like, this took you this much time. You had this many collisions. This is how good you did.
Do you remember what your best score was so far?
It's like 1 or 2 collisions in like 16, 15 seconds.
16-something seconds and only 2 crashes. And they seem to think that was pretty good.
Yeah, because it is. The bike path is big.
Yeah.
I think my better score is better than your better score.
I eventually got at least 18 seconds with only 2 crashes in Emerald. I can't remember if I did better than that, but... And part of our reason for going back on that path was so that we could take on the trainers on the bike path, but also to explore the western area from the trick house, because we didn't go that direction. Because we were like, we're just going to explore this way, and apparently that was the right way, so we needed to go back and explore what was the other direction. Which ended in, like, a break in the water. Like, we couldn't, because we can't cross the water. But there were trainers there to battle as well, and cut through some trees for berries and a Pokeball. And when we talked about going back that way before we played, we were going to go back to the trick house again, and we completely forgot to do that when we were down there.
You completely forgot.
You also didn't do it, so...
Yeah, because I couldn't do it without you.
Oh, yeah. So you could have said something.
I did.
Okay.
I waited there, and then you came back.
No, that's not what happened at all.
Yes, it is. Go
No.
look at the history footage of our game.
So after returning to Mauville, we ventured west from there and found the daycare center. And I left my Aaron there. And then we battled through trainers.
Hey, Aaron.
And in some grass, I found a Volbeat, while you found...
A cool Pokemon.
Illumise.
Illumise.
And we also found triathletes here that were not on bikes. So apparently the triathletes can be on bikes, in swimming gear, and running gear, because they're triathletes. So the 3 things that you do in a triathlon.
I know what a triathlon
Okay.
is in a
Sorry.
triathlon.
Okay.
Jeez,
But it was interesting that they
God,
have the
my
different
heathen.
sprites. Heathen. Because you didn't know what a triathlon was. Yeah, that's
I
right.
did.
No,
I
but
know
like that
what
would.
it
That,
is.
I'm just thinking that's funny that you think that equals treason. Now I'm saying treason. This is getting ridiculous. Heathen. That's the word.
But I'm not a heathen.
I know. But even if you didn't know what a triathlon was, you still wouldn't
Then I
be a
would be a
heathen. No, you
heathen.
wouldn't.
I would be raised by heathens and would be heathen. Right now, I'm just not a heathen. Still raised by heathens. but
Gotcha.
not a
Real
heathen.
nice.
Ha!
In Emerald, while I was in there, I also, I left my Abra and Gulpin at the daycare to get raised.
That's an interesting relationship.
And there were also, I don't think they connected. And there were also,
I don't think they connected.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just put them there to get levels.
Connected.
Because we're connected.
That's an interesting way to put it. Kind of inappropriate.
I just meant there wasn't like a connection, like how, I want to have a relationship
Oh,
with you.
yeah, that's...
You're the one who got physical with it.
Yep.
There were also more trainers to battle along this route in Emerald, but that seems to be par for the course. There's always extra trainers because they like to put in things so you can have more double battles. And then we entered the legendary Verdanturf because we kept hearing about Verdanturf, so we're finally there.
So much so that I thought we would have already been there.
And we healed up at the Pokemon Center, and that's when we remembered the Trick House. So we went all the way back to the Trick House. And my bike path time on that run was only 8 crashes as opposed to like double or higher that I had the last time. And my time was 18 seconds as opposed to over a minute. They said I'm a work in progress.
Yeah.
Which is funny because that's also our men's group for the men's retreat. Works in progress.
Yeah, men are a work in progress.
Everybody should be a work in progress.
I don't even know if they're
Everybody needs a lot of work.
They're a work.
Exactly.
You guys are works.
In the Trick House, Trickmaster was hiding behind a tree this time, and then we ventured through a maze where we needed to push buttons to unlock the next areas. But with only one button in each area, it wasn't really a complicated maze at all.
No.
So yeah, the Trick House was fairly easy, and there were trainers to battle, of course, and a couple of Pokeballs in there had different kind of mail, and at the end, Trickmaster gave us a timer ball, which apparently gets stronger the longer you're in a battle.
Oh, so it won't work well for me, but it'll work great for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
In Emerald, the layout was different again, but the most interesting thing was that after the first button, I could already reach the door. I just couldn't go through it because I still had to get to that other thing to get the code or whatever, the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
After all of that, it was time to return to Verdanturf, and on the way, we explored the grass for some more Pokemon in the daycare route, and we found Roselia, and I collected another Marill. And this one was female, and so I put them both in the daycare.
Did they connect?
They seemed interested in each other, yes.
Interested.
Back in Verdanturf, where we chatted with the people in town and found Wanda's house, and were reunited with Wally and his uncle. Apparently, Wanda was in the Rusturf Tunnel to see her boyfriend from Rustboro. The contest hall was also in town, and we decided to give it a go. You got 4th, and I got 3rd in whatever categories we chose. Because we chose different ones.
It was difficult and hard, and I didn't like it.
Right? So I think there's a bit more for us to learn if we want to try to accomplish those in the future.
I don't think I'm going to get them.
I was looking online a little bit about these things, and it sounds like a lot of people are like, yeah, no. And I realize now why Emerald doesn't have them. They changed it with something else. I don't think people were that impressed with the contest. Because, yeah, in Emerald it was another battle tent.
Maybe you should just do all the contests and I'll do all the badges.
Like the manga. I don't think that will work because I think you have to do some of the badges to get further in the game.
I guess it sucks to be you. You can only do contests from now on.
No, because that's not going to be fun.
Well, you're not fun.
Okay, well then I need a little more fun in my life. So, in this battle tent, apparently the rules changed from battle tent to battle tent, and this one relied on my Pokemon's natures and friendship levels for the battles. I just skipped it for now. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'll look at this later. And the Pokemart there also had a new kind of Pokeball we could buy, the Nest Ball. And that's for, like, really low-level Pokemon, I think. Oh, yeah, and the Nest Ball was actually kind of confusing, because we couldn't be sure if it worked better on Pokemon that were weakened in battle, which is true of a regular Pokeball anyway, or if it was just on weaker Pokemon level-wise, because the listing when buying it said one thing, while the person near the counter said kind of another thing. Like, it sounded contradictory a little bit.
Yeah.
But it would make more sense for it to be just weaker level Pokemon, because it's the Nest Ball, like younger Pokemon from the nest. And the Pokeball already works on Pokemon we weakened.
Really? It works better on them?
For most of us, yes.
Weird. I wouldn't know.
I know you wouldn't. We decided to go into Rusturf Tunnel, and there was a hiker to battle. The nearest exit took us to a dead end where someone wearing glasses was looking for their glasses. Like the little sprite-eyed glasses.
Yeah.
So we clicked around and found the held item, black sunglasses, which apparently didn't belong to the person. Those weren't the glasses he was looking
He just
for.
walked away and I was like, oh.
He's like, I must have left them somewhere else. Like on your face.
It's like, those are the wrong ones.
So now we have the black sunglasses. Further into Rusturf Tunnel, we found Wanda and her boyfriend, who had been working on the tunnel, all on his own since the noisy machines were a problem for the Whismer. We just used Rock Smash on the last rocks and reunited them.
They literally could have gone around the rocks or something. They were not that close together.
Well, in game sprite stuff, you couldn't go around them.
Yeah, but just stupid. Just climb them. Like, in that one game,
I think it's supposed
Z
to...
to A, and there were rocks in your way.
Oh, yeah.
You could have so gotten around those.
Yeah. And then I was guessing they probably went back to Wanda's place, but I kind of forgot to go back and chat with them and see what they had to say. Now they were probably back at the same place with Wally. I did check an Emerald, though,
Smooch.
and they didn't say anything interesting. Back on the Rustboro side of the tunnel, we meet the Devoncorp guy again, because he's just standing outside the entrance. The same guy that we helped in the Pelipper Forest and everything. The Devoncorp guy gives us a new Pokeball, the Repeat Ball, which I think is better when you catch the same Pokemon that you already have caught. That's why it's the Repeat Ball.
I don't need any of these fancy Pokeballs.
I know you don't.
You could use them all. You can just have mine.
You gotta catch them all.
Yeah, that's a struggle for you.
Anyway, I decided I wanted to speak to President Stone again since we delivered the goods and the letter to Stephen, which is what he asked us to do, and I was glad that I went to talk to him because what did he give us?
His gratitude.
And?
His thanks.
And how did he thank us?
By saying thanks, you can have this as a part of my gratitude.
And what is this that he said we could have?
I've answered all the other questions. Do you even know what it is?
You are answering in the Vegas thing that I have to ask more questions to finally get to the point. You not remember?
It was like, was it the XP share?
Yes!
Oh,
the
cool.
EXP share!
Exp share.
Yeah, experience share.
Exp. It just says X.
I know.
So it's the Exp share.
Exp is short for experience.
No.
Yes.
He would have told us that.
We traveled back through the tunnel to get back to Mauville. And once we got there, I spoke to the girl inside the house that was, quote-unquote, next door to the game corner. Because we tried to talk to her before. Because we're like, hey, they said next door. And this is like the only place that could be considered next door, even though it's not really next door. And this time she actually gave me the coin case because I had the Harbor Mail now, which is what she wanted.
Lame.
So now we can actually gamble. But it looks like our only prizes are TMs and Pokedolls, not actual Pokemon this time.
Lame.
Yeah,
So that means I can just gamble all I want because it doesn't matter how much money I have.
pretty much.
Yes.
I played the expensive roulette and lost over and over. And of course, you had a lot more luck. From Mauville, we went further east to a beach and battled a few trainers there, and then we couldn't go any further because of the water. And so now I'm starting to think that maybe I'm a Team Magma guy. Like, there's just too much water. It keeps blocking us. we should help Team Magma. So then we headed north to Route 111, and we found a house there with a father, mother, daughter, and grandma that all wanted to battle us. And we destroyed them.
It was really easy.
Yeah, but we had to win one right after the other, straight through. We had to win straight.
Wow.
Which is why their names are the Win Straights.
No way.
And all their names had to do with victory for the most part, except for maybe, like, Vicky, Victoria, Victor. I'm not sure about Vivi or Vivi, whatever his name is. I thought it was fun that there was one named Vivi.
It was a girl.
Yeah, still fun, though.
Probably Vivi.
Maybe it's
Vivi.
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 I'm not sure.
It's probably Vivi.
Probably.
Or
But that's the-
Victorious.
But that's the only one that didn't, like, say victory, basically, like the rest of them did. And then I decided to go check back on my Meryl, got them out along with the egg.
They got connected.
And I started walking around with the egg then, because I wanted to get the new baby Pokemon. Across the way from the Wind Straits in Emerald, there was a new thing called Trainer Hill, I think is what they called it. And there was a Pokemart and a Pokecenter inside of it, but they were still working on getting it ready for opening, so I couldn't compete in it yet. But there's this whole thing. It's kind of like the Battle Tower, I'm guessing, kind of from Gold and Silver and Crystal. Further up on Route 111, We met up with an interviewer and her cameraman and battled them, and then gave an interview. And I chose the word blaze to describe the battle. Then we were stopped from going even further north because of a sandstorm in the desert.
Yeah, which I want to go explore, but no, you gotta go record.
There's a sandstorm. We can't record. We can't explore.
Yes, we can, because we got the goggles.
We did what? What goggles? I haven't talked about any goggles. So instead, we have to go west onto Route 112, where we found Machop and Nummel. Is that how you say his name? Numel? Nummel?
Actually, it's either Nummel or Numel. I usually say Numel.
Then there was a cable car that could take us up higher onto a mountain called Mount Chimney, but it was blocked by Team Aqua.
Magma.
Team Aqua.
Magma.
Team Aqua. Who mentioned some agents in another town. So we were forced to go through a cave called the Fiery Path.
You're getting annoyed because you're like, we are just wandering around and this is taking ages.
I wasn't annoyed.
Maybe that's the wrong word.
I enjoyed this.
You're like
thoroughly.
I thought we were going up here. What? Then we went on somewhere else.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that we were supposed to be headed to the fire gym up there, but then we couldn't. The team blocking me in Emerald, however, was my first encounter in that game with Team Magma. So they do exist. In the cave, I saw a boulder that looked like it needed strength to be pushed, so I decided to teach my Hariyama and kind of forgot that we hadn't been told that we could use it outside of battle yet. Because that usually comes with a gym badge. And I was like, dagnabbit. So that didn't work out for me. And then you found a Slugma inside the cave as well. And we did see a sign for Lavaridge. So we were pretty sure that Fire Gym was supposed to be next. I started to wonder if that was the case since we were being led a different direction. On the other side of the cave, however, we found the rest of Route 112, leading us back to Route 111, where we battled a trainer and found a house with a nice lady who healed our Pokemon and would never let us leave again.
What?
Whenever you get healed by her, if you just click, you just are constantly being healed because she's like, oh, you still look tired. You should rest some more.
Yeah. It's not like
and
you
it makes me
to talk to her again.
And it makes me think like, wait, did I not get healed up all the way? But I did. Like she sows doubt. At her house, the TV program on the television was their interview from the battle we had earlier. And then back outside, we met a guy fascinated with a tree, and he gave us a TM for secret power.
Yeah.
Did you teach it to anybody?
Not yet.
So you haven't used it yet?
Not yet.
I have.
What?
I tested it out.
I've been looking where I'm going to use it. I'm going to use it somewhere that you can't find.
Well, we're playing different games, so of course I can't find it.
If you use my game, you're not going to be able to find where I put it.
Ah.
I keep looking at different spots.
I do keep an eye on them. So we learned that the holes that we kept finding in the rock walls...
That I kept finding, and you're like, what? What hole?
Yeah, because I never saw any. We found out that those can be used as secret bases, using secret power. And supposedly there are other places, like that giant tree, that can be used too. So like there's different kinds of things. It's not just the holes in the rock walls. But I did test it on some rock wall holes, and it does create like this, and they all look a little different or whatever, it seems. I tested it a couple times. So like, oh, you want this to be your secret base? I'm like, no. And so then I go back out.
Oh.
Because I think you can only make one.
Oh.
You might be able to close it down and then make a new one. And this is why, like, I'm guessing there are things like Pokemon dolls and stuff in the game, so you can decorate your secret base.
Oh, cute!
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't officially established a secret base yet. There's still so much area and world to explore. But you know what I realized? We were teased on the secret bases in the anime already.
Yeah.
Before this. That kid who had the door in the cave, that was his secret base. That's why they had a kid with a secret base in the show.
Yep.
I thought that was kind of fun too. I'm like, wait a second. I didn't realize this was a game thing. Traveling further north, there were some more trainers and a weird sand waterfall looking thing that you discovered that if we start back far enough, we can ride our bikes right up it.
I just do random things while I'm waiting, and it's usually biking, and I was like, oh, look at it. I'm going to bike and go fast as I, like, spin my wheels at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But I actually went up, and I was like, what? Hold up. Daddy. Look, 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 fuck?
And there was a trainer up there to battle, and lots of places where you can make secret bases, which is actually where I tested the secret power stuff. And then we go west down Route 113, and it was snowing.
Mm-mm.
That's what we thought at first.
Yeah, I suppose. And I was like, look at all this grass. It's dead. I wonder if there's still Pokemon in it. And I walked in, and I was like, oh, I just made the grass green.
Yeah, I went into the grass and got attacked immediately, so I didn't even see that. So you're like, did you go in the grass? I'm like, yes. Did you see this? I'm like, no, because I haven't moved anywhere.
But every time you leave the screen, it gets reset, which is sad.
No, it's not sad, because we eventually find that guy that's like, here, take this, collect some, because then you can get items from him.
Yeah, I suppose. And we were really confused, because...
Did we even say what it was yet? It's ash. It's ash from Mount Chimney, because somewhere else they talked about how it's warm over in that area, those trainers did, and that's because the wind always pushes all the stuff the other direction or something. And so all that ash, for some reason, makes it cold over there. I don't know, because it clouds up, blocks the sun.
But we were really confused because you got a little ahead of me. So you were fighting trainers that I hadn't fought yet. But I was fighting trainers that you hadn't fought, or at least one, because one was hiding in a pile of ash. And I was like, oh yeah, I fought this ninja. And he's like, a ninja? And I was like, oh yeah. And then I found this. And he's like, what? And so we looked.
Yeah, we got all twisted around and confused.
But we had the same area.
And what did we keep finding in the grass?
Pokemon.
What Pokemon, specifically? I mean, there's multiple, but...
Fire type.
Spinda! Lots of Spinda with different patterns.
Yeah.
I still only caught one because I don't care. I'm not going to catch all the patterns.
I'm not sure if I caught more than one. I might have.
And supposedly, if we get enough soot, ash, whatever, the glass maker will make us a glass flute, I think.
That's what he says.
Yeah. I don't know if that's important or not, but yeah. Then we make it to Fallarbor Town. And there's a move tutor there. We healed up. And at the Pokemon Center, we meet Lynette, who claims to have designed the Pokemon storage system. And I was like, but Bill designed the storage system.
We haven't met Bill. There is no Bill. There's no Eevee either.
I was going to be a little annoyed that, like, because how does two different people build the storage system in different regions? Like, are we just... Is this a different world, different story? Well, like, I like it connected, and it was starting to feel not connected if that was the case. Dagnabbit.
Maybe Bill and what's her name?
Lynette.
Lynette got connected.
I knew that was coming.
You did that to yourself.
I did.
You really should watch what words you use around me.
Anyway, she wants us to meet her at her house on Route 114. And we also learned that Professor Cosmo lives around there, but he went looking for meteorites. In Emerald, there is again another battle tent with another battling style. And that Scott guy is around again, too. The one that was, like, looking for me before. Which means he's probably connected to the whole battle tent story stuff.
How deeply connected.
He's involved.
You keep doing that.
We also get a hint that there are fossils for us to get in the desert at some point, because there's some fossil guy there. He's like, oh, you should find your own fossils in the desert. It's like, I'd love to, but we can't. The sandstorms. Maybe someday. We take a trip down 114 and find some new Pokemon, as well as Lynette's home. And I was very happy to find an email there from Bill that confirms that he invented the storage system, and he is complimenting Lynette on her version that built off of his.
Yeah, that's all that email was.
There was maybe some innuendo in there, some secret words that suggested a
hookup,
more connected relationship. No, there really wasn't. But it was nice to know that Bill exists and that it's all still around. So,
and then I think after we visited her in her house, it was changed to Lynette's storage.
Yeah, now...
Because you thought it was as soon as we met her, and you're like, oh, it's not.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I'm like, we just met her, just like with Bill. It didn't change, though. But yeah, after the house, that changed. So now, instead of someone's PC, it's Lynette's PC. Oh, and then she also gave us a doll when we were there to keep us quiet about the state of her home, because it was kind of cluttered and stuff.
That's one way to get rid of your mess. Here, take this. Here, take this. Take this.
That's a good point, actually. I didn't even think of it that way. At the end of the route was Meteor Falls, where we found Team Aqua.
Magma.
Team
Magma.
Aqua.
Magma.
Meteor Falls, where we found Team Aqua.
Magma.
tricking Professor Cosmo.
Magma.
Tricking Professor Cosmo for the meteorite he found, and then they run off when Team Magma... That's Aqua for you.
Oh.
When Team Magma... No, for you it was Aqua.
Magma.
Show up and chase after them. So yeah, whichever team we meet, and for me it's two different teams depending on which game I'm playing, the other team shows up and chases the other team off because they want to stop the other team from whatever they're up to.
I had only Team Magma.
Team Magma chased themselves up. Got it.
Yep. One Team Magma was kind of like wanting the water to be expanded, but the other Team Magma wanted the land to be expanded.
Oh man.
The other Team Magma like looked kind of funny and stuff.
I think your game might be glitched. Ruby found a Pokemon in the Meteor Falls cave.
I would.
But I did not. Like a new Pokemon.
Sucks to be you.
Well, do you remember what you found? Because the counterparts in the other game.
I don't know.
I don't remember which one you found either. Because I don't remember which one's in mine.
Oh. What were the two?
Moon and sun.
Oh, I found the moon.
Okay.
Oh, wait. I actually don't remember.
No, you did. Because I had to find a name for it for you. Because I knew the sun god's name.
Okay.
The Egyptian sun god. Because you named yours after the Egyptian moon god or goddess or something. So you got Lunatone. And I couldn't find Solrock. I went back later and found it, though. But that was after playing Emerald because I was like, well, maybe I can get it in Emerald. Nope, I got Lunatone in Emerald too. So I had to go back. But I got it.
I found a few Lunatone.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Outside of Meteor Falls, we find ourselves on Route 115, which was the route that we were on before, which was north of Rustboro, but we couldn't get anywhere because it was like a beach with water and then there was a cliff that we couldn't jump up onto. Now we were up on that cliff, so we got to fight some trainers up there and find some more berries or something. And then we healed up back at Rustboro and then made a big loop back to Mauville again to get back to Route 112 and to the cable car, which now was no longer blocked by Team Aqua. Team Aqua. Team Aqua. Team Aqua. Ha-ha! At the top of Mount Chimney, we found many members of both Team Aqua and Team Magma. Battling one another, and found that Team Aqua's goal was to deactivate the volcano so that the sea can expand while
some of Team Magma's goal too.
No. Team Magma's goal, they wanted to aggravate the volcano so that it would create more land.
Yeah, that was some of Team Magma's goal too.
We battled through a grunt, an admin, and a leader of Team Aqua, and then stopped the machine.
Yay!
After that, we head down Jagged Path and learn about acrobikes being used to get up and down the weird stones we saw, which we came back with the bikes and it wasn't working.
Mm-mm.
When I read the instructions again in Emerald and went back, and then I was able to do it.
Yay!
You just have to hold the button in the wheelie stand and you start bouncing, and while you're bouncing, you can go on the stones.
I see.
But you have to be bouncing first. But we were able to get all to the Pokeballs by going through the Jagged Path twice, because when we finished what we could do in the Jagged Path the first time, we both accidentally went down the cliff to 112.
I went down and I was like... And then you went down.
You were like, what?
My eyes just got wide. And I didn't make any sound or say anything. And then you went down, you go, no! And I was like, what? I went down the cliff by accident. I was like, oh, me too!
Because we were still riding our stupid mock bikes or whatever.
I was like, oh no!
So yeah, but it was good because we could loop around. Well, we could go get acrobikes, try the thing, which didn't work for us, and we could finish getting all the Pokeballs and stuff. Yeah. Then we reach Lavaridge Town, and we enjoyed hot sand and hot springs, and we were gifted an egg that we have not hatched yet. And I don't know if I mentioned that I did hatch my egg, but I did for the Meryl thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, you know what came out of my Meryl egg? A Meryl. Apparently, there's a extra step involved in getting
an Azurill.
An Azurill.
I know my Meryl evolution.
I just can't remember what it was now, but we learned what it was. I don't remember if I looked it up or talked to somebody.
Hold a stone or something.
Yeah, they have to be holding an item of some kind. I think you're right. So Still no Azurill for me, so a bunch of wasted time and effort.
They seem to like being connected.
But I bet you this will be a different Pokemon. Since it's in this game that they just handed us this egg. I didn't have to, like, put in the right Pokemon to do so. Just kind of like with the Togepi egg in the second games.
What?
I'm guessing the egg they gave us in Lavaridge will be some kind of new Pokemon for us.
Oh, yeah, I see.
And then we took on Flannery's gym and navigated her maze of holes.
I hated the maze, but it's fine.
I didn't. My Golem, Smeagol, plowed through her Pokemon when I finally fought her. And, of course, Ruby's Marsh Stomp whipped through everything in that gym. And it was probably your, like, front Pokemon, too.
Yeah.
Whereas Golem, he was already Golem, so I didn't need to evolve him. Whereas you're trying to level up Marsh Stomp.
Yeah.
So I needed to have another Pokemon in there to switch out. So I had to keep switching out, which made it take longer for me. A lot longer.
Yeah.
Because Golem was great at just destroying most of these things. In Emerald, I had taken Wingal, the Pelipper from your game.
Rude.
Well, I caught it in your game for you anyway. When I had to replay it.
Rude.
Because you didn't have one originally. But I wanted to have a strong water Pokemon.
I discovered them.
Since you wanted Golem. Because I had the Golem in my game, so I gave you Golem back. I took the Wingal. So I could have the water Pokemon to help me through the gym then. And I had it up to level 30 when I got to the gym. Forgot about the level limit for traded Pokemon. And it got to level 31 partway through. So Wingal turned out to be a little challenging to use as I went through the gym, making it harder than I had intended it to be. Still won out, though.
Yeah.
And then, after we defeated the gym, which Flannery was, like, unsure of herself when she was talking to us. It was kind of weird. But I think she's new. Because I think she mentions, like, somebody else was the gym leader before.
Yeah.
Kind of like the bird guy in the second game. Was newer. He was a little more confident, but he was new, too. But anyway, after we defeated her, got our heat badge, I think it was called, we went outside and our rival showed up. And I'm like, oh crap, maybe we should just stop while we were still in there, but we were going to go heal. But she or he didn't battle us. Instead, they gave us a gift.
The goggles! So now we can go in the sandstorm.
Yeah, Go Goggles, I think they were called.
Yeah, and then you were like, no, we have to do that after we record and watch anime.
That's because it's for the next leg, which is probably going to be short because the next gym is just back in Petalburg City because our next gym is Dad, now that we've defeated 4 gyms. Which also means we've defeated 4 gyms out of 8 gyms, so we're halfway through the game!
Yay?
I say that because we're probably not halfway through the game because you know how these games go. They get crazy as you get further. And there's probably post-game after the Elite Four. There is the Elite Four, probably. So, but yeah, that is our journey to Lavaridge in the 4th gym.
Yes.
So now, it's Pokedex Entries!
Who's that Pokemon?
Welcome to this week's Pokedex Entries. I'm your host, Serenity.
I'm Ruby.
And I'm Shea. Start with Linoone, because I evolved my Zigzagoon Stardust. Number 13, Rushing Pokemon. When hunting, Linoone will make a beeline straight for the prey at a full run. While this Pokemon is capable of topping 60 miles per hour, it has to come to a screeching halt before it can turn.
It is exceedingly fast if it only has to run in a straight line. When it spots pond-dwelling prey underwater, it quickly leaps in and catches it with its sharp claws.
Linoone always runs full speed and only in straight lines. If facing an obstacle, it makes a right angle turn to evade it. This Pokemon is very challenged by gentle curving roads.
It's interesting that Linoone runs in straight lines since Zigzagoon, which is its previous form, intentionally zigzags.
Does he intentionally zigzag or is he a toddler?
Well, whatever. It's part of his features, I guess what I'm trying to say.
Nuzleaf, number 23, Wily Pokemon. A forest-dwelling Pokemon that is skilled at climbing trees. Its long and pointed nose is its weak point. It's like you. It loses power if the nose is gripped. Like you. Your nose and your back. Those are your weak spots.
They are my weak spots.
You have to cut that
You're
part
very
out.
whiny
Or your
about your
enemies
nose.
will get you.
It's a good thing I don't have any enemies because I'm such a charming and likable guy. Yeah.
Nuzleaf live in densely overgrown forests. They occasionally venture out of the forest to startle people. This Pokemon dislikes having its long nose pinched.
Yeah, that's not fun.
Whiny butts.
You know what's weird?
Let's go get a toothbrush for you. How about that?
A regular one.
Start scrubbing your teeth. I'll scrub mine even because it's the sound.
I don't prefer it.
Okay then, whiny butt.
You wouldn't want to eat it.
I think I could stand it. Well, if someone tried to touch your nose, you would break every bone in their body.
Darn straight.
Well, you would try. You probably wouldn't actually.
It's really hard to get the little ones in the ankle. There's so many.
Yeah,
They're
that's
like
true.
little pebbles.
I'll just break a finger.
Do you know they used ankle bones for dice?
I did not.
Yeah, it was a thing.
Is that a Pokedex entry?
It might be. I don't know. It's probably in here somewhere. They pull from history and science.
They do.
This is like so nerdy.
Science.
I get more and more interested the more nerdy it gets. We were reading our science book one day and we found, what is it? The one that smells really bad and it looks like a flower kind of. Oh, I'm trying to. It's a Pokemon anyways. And it was like literally that.
Gloom?
Yeah, I think
Or,
so.
or was
No.
it? No, you're probably. Are you talking about like the trap ones? Like the
Oh, I can't.
Victory Bell that looks like a pot?
No, not that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like blue and like.
Oh, that's. Yeah,
Okay.
so it's Gloom probably.
Okay. Yeah, and we found like that exact plant in our study. I think it grows in like the rainforest or something. And it, like, so much of it was exactly what that is. And I'm like, okay, we're
Yep.
just reading about Pokemon now.
Exactly. Most of it is, well, all of it is inspired by actual things and some of it being myths that
I'm going
exist.
to make a spin-off podcast that's like the science behind this Pokemon.
I like it.
That'd be really fun.
It would be fun.
You'd forget about it, though.
Anyway,
Not if I'm hyper-focused.
right.
Just skip Adderall for like 2 weeks and then my medication. Just skip that for like 2 weeks so that I'm going crazy and then give me a book about plants and animals and a Pokedex book. I'll start cross-referencing.
I like it.
You've heard me cross-reference the Bible.
Yes, I have.
intense.
All right. This Pokemon pulls out the leaf on its head and makes a flute with it. The sound of Nuzleaf's flute strikes fear and uncertainty in the hearts of people lost in a forest.
Lost in the woods.
Oh.
Pelipper is a flying transporter that carries small Pokemon and eggs inside its massive bill. This Pokemon builds its nest on steep cliffs facing the sea.
Pelipper searches for food while in flight by skimming the wave tops. This Pokemon dips its large bill in the sea to scoop up food, then swallows everything in one big gulp.
Kind of rude to call Bill large.
It skims the tops of waves as it flies. When it spots prey, it uses its large beak to scoop up the victim with water. It protects its eggs in its beak.
Number 30, Kirlia, Emotion Pokemon. The Pokemon that Ruby and I both mispronounced on our own. We always read it wrong. Kirlia is what we always want to say. But it's Kirlia.
It's a pretty name. We do not need an emotional child, though.
We don't. Kirlia uses the horns on its head to amplify its psychokinetic power. When the Pokemon uses its power, the air around it becomes distorted, creating mirages of non-existent scenery.
Okay, it does sound like our kids, though.
Yep.
A Kirlia has the psychic power to create a rip in the dimensions and see into the future. It is said to dance with pleasure on sunny mornings. Good grief. We could have named Rain this.
Can she rip holes in dimensions and see the future?
Probably.
We need to tap into that, man.
You gotta get her to focus first.
Good luck. It is said that Kirlia that is exposed to the positive emotions of its trainer grows beautiful. This Pokemon controls psychokinetic powers with its highly developed brain.
Masquerain. Number 33. Eyeball Pokemon. It intimidates foes with the large eye-like patterns on its antenna. Because it can't fly if its wings get wet, it shelters itself from rain under large trees and eaves. I noticed at the zoo this week that tigers have white spots on the back of their ears, like perfectly, all of them. And I was like, what is up with that? And so I was Googling it while I was standing there. And when they reach down to take a drink out of water, if you look at them straight on, it looks like a snarling face, like their fur.
Interesting.
Yeah, the white spots on the back of their ears are their eyes, and then they have like white swoops over their eyebrows. Those look like the teeth, or the fangs of the face.
That's kind of cool.
It's really cool.
Scares off prey while they're taking a drink.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty awesome.
Masquerain intimidates enemies with the eye-like patterns on its antennas. This Pokemon flaps its 4 wings to freely fly in any direction, even sideways and backwards, as if it were a helicopter.
Masquerain's antennae have eye-like patterns that usually give it an angry look. If the eyes are droopy and appear sad, it is said to be a sign that a heavy rainfall is on its way.
RBF.
Inappropriate.
I didn't say anything. I just said some letters.
Number 40, Kadabra, Psy Pokemon. Kadabra emits a peculiar alpha wave if it develops a headache. Only those people with a particularly strong psyche can hope to become a trainer of this Pokemon.
Psyche.
Yeah.
Okay. Kadabra holds a silver spoon in its hand. The spoon is used to amplify the alpha waves in its brain. Without the spoon, the Pokemon is said to be limited to half the usual amount of its telekinetic powers.
It is rumored that a boy with psychic abilities suddenly transformed into Kadabra while he was assisting research into extrasensory powers. So why he has 2 spoons, because he's a teenage boy trying to eat everything he finds.
What?
No, just Kadabra only has.
He only has 1 spoon? I can't see very well.
Alakazam has 2.
Yeah, Alakazam gets 2.
Oh. So, I guess they do say boy, so like maybe an 8-year-old. Once he levels up to a teenager, he needs 2 spoons to shovel it.
Number 41, Alakazam, Psy Pokemon.
Does kind of look like he's trying to shovel it in. Look at that. Look at that.
I've seen videos where it's like trying to feed your toddler, and it shows like Alakazam, like with the spoons, trying to like get the food in the baby's mouth. It's funny.
Alakazam's brain continually grows, infinitely multiplying brain cells. This amazing brain gives this Pokemon an astounding high IQ of 5,000. It has a thorough memory of everything that has occurred in the world.
While it has strong psychic abilities and high intelligence, and Alakazam's muscles are very weak. It uses psychic power to move its body. We need to teach Arrow that one.
Yes.
He's extremely intelligent.
Alakazam's brain continually grows, making its head far too heavy to support with its neck. This Pokemon holds its head up using its psychokinetic power instead.
Hariyama, arm thrust Pokemon. 7 foot 7 inches, 559.5 pounds. He is huge.
He's not little.
A lot of these Pokemon are like the size of a newborn baby. I noticed that last night when I was playing Pokopia. They're all like little fat newborns. They're like 15 to 20 pounds, but they're as long as a newborn. They're like a super fat little newborn.
Yeah, I introduced Serenity to Pokopia, and now I don't get to play anymore.
No. You don't get to take the Switch 2 to work no more. And you better pick up food on the way home.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Because I'm not making no more food. I'm playing Pokopia. Gotta feed my Pokemon. All your children are going to become feral. But I will have a Poke Mansion. Hariyama. It has the habit of challenging others without hesitation to tests of strength. It's been known to stand on train tracks and stop trains using forearm thrusts.
Hariyama practices its straight-arm slaps in any number of locations. One hit of this Pokemon's powerful, open-handed, straight-arm punches could snap a telephone pole in 2.
Hariyama's thick body may appear fat, but it is actually a hunk of solid muscle.
Oh, yeah.
Settle down.
I was picturing you, baby.
Oh, jeez. You're delusional. If this Pokemon...
Got a lot of that center muscle.
Yes, a lot of middle muscle. If this Pokemon bears down and tightens all its muscles, its body becomes as hard as a rock. Like a rock.
Number 50, Goldeen, goldfish Pokemon.
The only time I ever hear bear down is in labor, so that just is really throwing me. He bears down? Is he birthing a child? Sorry.
Yes.
Goldeen is a very beautiful Pokemon with fins that billow elegantly in water. However, don't let your guard down around this Pokemon. It could ram you powerfully with its horns.
Oh, I never noticed its horns before.
Goldeen loves swimming wild and free in rivers and ponds. If one of these Pokemon is placed in an aquarium, it will shatter even the thickest glass with one ram of its horn and make its escape.
They are all slightly fatter than humans, because it's kind of funny. Like with kids, usually it's close to 1 inch per 10 pounds. No, not 1 inch per 10 pounds. Like 24 inches long would be about 24 pounds once they are a year older, I think. So like one of our kids is 36 inches tall. They're 36 pounds.
Okay.
Another kid is 50 inches tall. They're 50 pounds. But like this one's only 24 inches tall and it's 33 pounds, which is really big because like newborns, they're only like 8 pounds for their 20 inches. So it has to like catch up at first. It's interesting to think about the actual like dimensions of these critters.
If you start thinking about it, you're going to start being like, that doesn't make any sense. It's all...
No, it does, because fish usually are like pretty heavy and thick and solid.
How
so.
long does that stay true?
Some of them will be, but you're going to find Pokemon that they're like, oh, they're all this heavy, and you'll see people like carrying them on their arm like they're nothing, and it's like, that doesn't make any sense.
I would guess up until around puberty.
Okay, because I'm like, I am 64 inches tall and like 140 pounds.
Yeah, I would say it's probably when they're like maybe Maltese's age up through maybe Castle's age, around in there.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, I don't think that stands true forever.
Definitely
it's
doesn't.
True for me, I don't know.
Yeah, me too. I'm really tall.
Both are beanstalks.
In the springtime, schools of Goldeen can be seen swimming up falls and rivers. It metes out staggering damage with its single horn.
All right, and so the Goldeen that we have came from Emerald and got transferred to Ruby because she wanted it, but its name is Dina.
I wanted it?
Yes.
Why?
I don't remember.
Okay.
You were working on building a team.
Yeah, because I can't get Eevee.
Golbat, number 64, Bat Pokemon. Golbat bites down on prey with its 4 fangs and drinks the victim's blood. It becomes active on inky, dark, moonless nights, flying around to attack people and Pokemon.
This is horrible. He's like a straight-up vampire. Like, even vampire bats, they don't like, they will make a small bite and then lap up the blood that comes out, but they aren't, like, feasting on the blood of people and Pokemon. That sounds so intense.
Yes, it does.
And also vampire bats are kind of rare. Like, I don't even know where they live. They don't live around here. Its fangs easily puncture even thick animal hide. It loves to feast on the blood of people and Pokemon. It flits about in darkness and strikes from behind. These things are freaky.
You know, it's kind of funny, though.
Golbat?
Like, they're super freaky, but to get it to evolve into its next form, the Crobat, you have to just be really good friends with it.
Well, yeah, because you can't have it evolving and not be friendly.
It's like you. You have to be good friends so that you're safe from them.
Golbat?
So it used to be, that's like me. Now it's, that's you. That's like you. That's like the kids. That's you.
Golbat loves to drink the blood of living things. It is particularly active in the pitch black of night. This Pokemon flits around in the night skies, seeking fresh blood.
Machop! Number 73. Superpower Pokemon. It continually undertakes strenuous training to master all forms of martial arts. Its strength lets it easily hoist a sumo wrestler onto its shoulders. Well, that would explain its thick ratio of 43 pounds to 2 foot 7 inches.
Yep. It's all muscle, baby.
Machop's muscles are special. They never get sore no matter how much they are used in exercise. This Pokemon has sufficient power to hurl 100 adult humans.
Now I have to wonder, like, would I like that? Because, like, not being sore is good, but also I kind of like the soreness because it's like, hey, I actually did something.
It is kind of interesting because I was so out of shape this time around having little one that, like, I would run a mile and be like, I can't really do anything. I'm like, but also, like, hey, I got in a good workout in 10 minutes, whereas, like, when I'm in good shape, I have to run for, like, an hour to get that same workout. I should do those 10 minutes more often. But...
Sure. Machop exercises by hefting around a graveler as if it were a barbell. I think that's the same entry that's in Pokopia for this guy. There are some Machop that travel the world in a quest to master all kinds of martial arts. And what is your Machop in Ruby?
Pork chops?
Pork chops?
You named it Pork Chops.
Why?
Ask yourself. And then I had a female one in Sapphire, so I named it Machel. And in Emerald, I named it Stallone.
I did not name it Pork Chops. Did you name it for me?
Nope.
I did not name it.
We all caught our own.
Chops.
Yes, you did. I remember you saying it. I looked it up in your thing.
Why?
Because I need to have the names down.
No, but why did I name it that? Like, you
don't ask me.
Machop, pork chop. They both have chop. I don't know.
That's why
they both have chop. Wow, that's probably why I was naming it that. No, it's probably not. It's crazy.
Okay.
You named it for me.
I definitely
yes,
didn't.
You did. I did not name it
You
that.
cannot pass off your stupid names to Shea.
Number 79, Manectric. Discharge Pokemon is constantly discharging electricity from its mane. The sparks sometimes ignite forest fires. When it enters a battle, this Pokemon creates thunderclouds.
Manectric discharges strong electricity from its mane. The mane is used for collecting electricity in the atmosphere. This Pokemon creates thunderclouds above its head.
Because lightning falls in their vicinities, Manectric were thought to have been born from lightning. In battle, they create thunderclouds.
Number 86, Volbeat. Firefly Pokemon.
Ooh. Serenity's Firefly?
Volbeat's tail glows like a light bulb. With other Volbeat, it uses its tail to draw geometric shapes in the night sky. This Pokemon loves the sweet aroma given off by Illumise.
With their tail lights lit, Volbeat fly in a swarm, drawing geometric designs in the night sky. They move their nests if their pond water becomes dirty. That's what we should do when things get dirty. We just, new house. This one's no good. Throw it out.
With the arrival of night, Volbeat emits light from its tail. It communicates with others by adjusting the intensity and flashing of its light. This Pokemon is attracted by the sweet aroma of Illumise.
And I caught a Volbeat in Sapphire and named it Ringo, as in like the drummer for the Beatles.
I remember when we were dating, your mom was like, that's how you remember the Beatles. You say, Paul sat on the John and said, by George, where did my ring go?
Yep.
I had not a freaking clue what she was talking about because I'd never heard any of the Beatles' names. I barely even knew the Beatles band. I was like, bugs that crawl on the floor? You name them? And you need to remember what their names are?
No, Beatles spelled with like a beat.
She wasn't spelling it though. She was telling me about it. And I was so confused.
But you know what? You still remember now?
I do. Now that I know what she was talking about, I totally remember it. But little 14-year-old me was like, why are we talking about someone going potty and losing their ring? I'm kind of confused here, ma'am. Illumise. Number 87. Firefly Pokemon. A nocturnal Pokemon that becomes active upon nightfall. It leads a Volbeat swarm to draw patterns in the night sky. Over 200 different patterns have been confirmed.
Illumise attracts a swarm of Volbeat using a Illumise attracts a swarm of Volbeat using a sweet fragrance. Once the Volbeat have gathered, this Pokemon leads the lit-up swarm in drawing geometric designs on the canvas of the night sky.
Illumise leads a flight of illuminated Volbeat to draw signs in the night sky. This Pokemon is said to earn greater respect from its peers by composing more complex designs in the sky. And what's your Illumise called in Ruby?
Illuminate.
And I named mine Eloisa, like Louisa. Eloisa.
Number 94, Roselia, Thorn Pokemon. Roselia shoots sharp thorns as projectiles at any opponent that tries to steal the flowers on its arms. The aroma of this Pokemon brings serenity to living things.
Me?
Yes, you. On extremely rare occasions, a Roselia is said to appear with its flower in unusual colors. The thorns on this Pokemon's head contains a vicious poison.
A Roselia that drinks nutritionally rich spring water blooms with lovely flowers. The fragrance of its flowers has the effect of making its foes careless. And also, she's shaped a lot like my mom's dog, coming in at 12 inches and 4.5 pounds.
Nice. And I named my Roselia Tuxedo, like in Tuxedo Mask, because he throws a rose all the time.
Aww.
What'd you name yours, Ruby?
Bara. Flower in Japanese, I'm sure. Or rose.
Something like that, yep. All right. Nummel, number 101. Numb Pokemon. Nummel stores magma at almost 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit within its body. If it gets wet, the magma cools and hardens. In that event, the Pokemon's body grows heavy and its movement becomes sluggish.
A Nummel stores boiling magma in the hump on its back. It is a hardy Pokemon that can transport a 220-pound load. It has served humans at work since long ago.
Nummel is extremely dull-witted. It doesn't notice being hit. However, it can't stand hunger for even a second. This Pokemon's body is a seething cauldron of boiling magma.
And what did you name it in Ruby?
Lemon?
But not spelled like normal lemon.
Why?
Because you just it's just the same letters.
Nummel backwards.
Yeah. Flamel is what I named it in Sapphire, and Lumen is what I named it in Emerald.
He is as tall as our 5-month-old and as heavy as our 7-year-old.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Cute.
Slugma, number 103. It is a species of Pokemon that lives in volcanic areas. If its body cools, its skin hardens and immobilizes it. To avoid that, it sleeps near magma.
Molten magma courses throughout Slugma's circulatory system. If this Pokemon is chilled, the magma cools and hardens. Its body turns brittle and chunks fall off, reducing its size.
Maybe I should try that. I've seen billboards for freezing your fat.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
I don't think they're talking about Pokemon.
Slugma does not have any blood in its body. Instead, intensely hot magma circulates throughout this Pokemon's body, carrying essential nutrients and oxygen to its organs. What'd you name your Slugma?
Maggie.
And I named mine Gallus, which is just Slugma rearranged. And I think it was a female, so Gal was in front.
Number 105, Torkoal, coal Pokemon. Torkoal digs through mountains in search of coal. If it finds some, it fills hollow spaces on its shell with the coal and burns it. If it is attacked, this Pokemon spouts thick black smoke to beat a retreat.
Torkoal generates energy by burning coal. It grows weaker as the fire dies down. When it is preparing for battle, this Pokemon burns more coal.
It battles using energy it gets from burning coal. When losing smoke from its nostrils, it lets off a sound that is similar to a locomotive's horn. Choo-choo! Like that.
I named my Torkoal Torque, but not like T-O-R-K, like torque as in the actual spelling of torque.
Ooh. Did you know that torque on bolts and stuff makes them hot? I didn't know that was a thing until I almost burned my hand on the lug nuts from the van one day. Like when you wrench on like a bolt that's really stuck like on the tires and you're like putting a ton of pressure, it heats up the bolt because of the energy transference.
Now we know what to do if we're stranded with the van in the ditch and the heat's not working.
Just torque the bolts and hold them in your lap. It was not a cold day that day. I was wearing a skirt and trying to change my tire, and I knew how to do it, but when a guy stopped and offered, I was like, heck yes, please. I'll just stand here and look helpless.
Why were you wearing a skirt?
I was on the way to church.
So like a skirt on your dress?
No, a skirt and a t-shirt. What?
Really?
It was a warm day.
You don't often wear skirts.
Not anymore. Not since that day. That was probably literally one of the last days I wore a skirt. I was like, my life is not conducive to this anymore. I used to wear skirts like every day when I was in Mary Kay.
Or dating me.
That was for different reasons.
Explaining why she had to wear skirts and how she couldn't wear a cow costume. And I said I would have stuck my cow costume in and worn it.
You could, what? You could wear a
She's
cow
talking about when my parents wanted me to dress preppy
gotcha.
because they wanted me to look nice all the time, and I wasn't allowed to wear my cow costume to Bible quizzing because I needed to look nice for my Bible quiz event, so they made me wear a skirt and a sweater.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have snuck my cow costume in and gotten changed in the bathroom.
Sure. All right. Number 106, Grimer, Sludge Pokemon. Grimer emerged from the sludge that settled on a polluted seabed. This Pokemon loves anything filthy. It constantly leaks a horribly germ-infested fluid from all over its body.
Why is this my favorite? I don't understand. Well, I guess muck is my favorite.
Alolan muck is your favorite.
Yeah, they're awesome. I like the Hawaiian version of the polluted sludge from the sea.
Yes.
Yes. Born from polluted sludge in the sea, Grimer's favorite food is anything filthy. They feed on wastewater pumped out from factories. I probably like them because they would survive here.
Grimer's sludgy and rubbery body can be forced through an opening, however small it may be. This Pokemon enters sewer pipes to drink filthy wastewater.
Similar to an octopus, they can fit through anything their little beak can fit through.
Yeah. I named the Grimer I found in Sapphire Sludge, very appropriately.
Coughing! Number 108, Poison Gas Pokemon. Getting up close to a coughing will give you a chance to observe, through its thin skin, the toxic gases swirling inside. It blows up at the slightest stimulation. I relate coughing. It's okay.
Coughing becomes agitated. It raises the toxicity of its internal gases and jets them out from all over its body. This Pokemon may also overinflate its round body, then explode.
Coughing embodies toxic substances. It mixes the toxins with raw garbage to set off a chemical reaction that results in a terribly powerful poison gas. The higher the temperature, the more gas is concocted by this Pokemon. I caught a coughing in Emerald, and I named it, well, I typed in the name Coughmao because Flame was sitting right by me when I got it, and supposedly that's a character from Digital Circus. I have no idea.
Number 110, Spoink, Bounce Pokemon. Spoink bounces around on its tail. The shock of its bouncing makes its heart pump. As a result, this Pokemon cannot afford to stop bouncing. If it stops, its heart will stop.
Oh my.
It's just like jumps really high so it can bounce while it sleeps, like boing, boing. And then if it tips over or hits like a rock or something and tips over, it just dies.
It's like a Pokemon version of Speed, like the movie.
Well, that's kind of like sharks. That's why they keep swimming when they're asleep, because they need the actual motion of the water going over their gills to keep taking in oxygen.
Actually, I think there is a movie where they have it tied to a heart rate thing. I never saw it, but I think it exists.
Interesting. Oh man, my eyeballs.
Spoink keeps a pearl on top of its head. The pearl functions to amplify this Pokemon's psychokinetic powers. It is therefore on a constant search for a bigger pearl.
A Pokemon that manipulates psychic power at will. It doesn't stop bouncing even when it is asleep. It loves eating mushrooms that grow underground.
And what did you name your Spoink?
Bobo.
And mine was a male Spoink, so I named it Boink. With B-O-Y-N-K. And Springy is its name in Emerald. Number 112, Sandshrew, Mouse Pokemon. Sandshrew has a very dry hide that is extremely tough. The Pokemon can roll into a ball that repels any attack. At night, it burrows into the desert sand to sleep.
When it curls up in a ball, it can make any attack bounce off harmlessly. Its hide has turned tough and solid as a result of living in the desert.
Sandshrew's body is configured to absorb water without waste, enabling it to survive in an arid desert. This Pokemon curls up to protect itself from its enemies.
And I named the Sandshrew and Emerald Shrewd.
Spinda, number 114, Spot Panda Pokemon. It is distinguished by a pattern of spots that is always different. Its unsteady, tottering walk has the effect of fouling its foe's aim.
All the Spinda that exist in the world are said to have utterly unique spot patterns. The shaky, tottering steps of this Pokemon give it the appearance of dancing.
I wish mine did that.
No two Spinda are said to have identical spot patterns on their hides. This Pokemon moves in a curious manner as if it is stumbling in dizziness. Its lurching movements can cause the opponent to become confused. And what's your Spinda's name, Ruby?
Spotty.
And mine is Spinny in Sapphire and Aspen in Emerald.
Oh, that's a pretty name.
But Aspen, but with spin, so like an eye.
Number 115, Skarmory, Armor Bird Pokemon. Skarmory is entirely encased in hard, protective armor. This Pokemon flies at close to 190 miles per hour. It slashes foes with its wings that possess sword-like cutting edges.
Skarmory's steel wings become tattered and bashed in from repeated battles. Once a year, the battered wings grow back completely, restoring the cutting edges to their pristine state.
A Pokemon that has a body and wings of steel. People in the past used feathers fallen from Skarmory to make swords and knives. So at first I'm like, oh, they're 5'7", 111 pounds. That's pretty thin, but it's a bird, so that makes sense. But they're made out of steel? I'm not buying it.
Right? What's your Skarmory's name, Ruby?
Scar.
And mine is Mori. Number 121, Swablu, Cotton Bird Pokemon.
You said it wrong. Swablu.
Cotton Bird Pokemon.
Say it right.
Swablu loves to make things clean. If it spots something dirty, it will wipe and polish it with its cottony wings. If its wings become dirty, this Pokemon finds a stream and showers itself.
A Pokemon that has wings like cottony clouds. After enduring winter, in which little food is available, Swablu flocks move closer to towns in the spring.
Swablu has flight and fluffy wings that are like cottony clouds. This Pokemon is not frightened of people. It lands on the heads of people and sits there like a cotton fluff hat.
I want one.
Okay, what did you name your Swablu, Ruby?
Bluey.
Exactly. And I named it Cottonwing in Sapphire and Cloudy in Emerald.
Number 123, Zangoose, Cat Ferret Pokemon. When it battles, it stands on its hind legs and attacks with its sharply clawed forelegs. Its fur bristles if it encounters any Seviper.
Memories of battling its arch rival Seviper are etched into every cell of Zangoose's body. This Pokemon adroitly dodges attacks with incredible ability.
Zangoose usually stays on all fours, but when angered, it gets up on its hind legs and extends its claws. This Pokemon shares a bitter rivalry with Seviper that dates back over generations. And what did you name it, Ruby?
Zany. Seviper, number 124, Fang Snake Pokemon. Seviper shares a generations-long feud with a Zangoose. The scars on its body are evidence of vicious battles. This Pokemon attacks using its sword-edged tail.
Seviper's sword-like tail serves two purposes. It slashes foes and douses them with secreted poison. This Pokemon will not give up its long-running blood feud with Zangoose.
Seviper and Zangoose are eternal rivals. It counters a Zangoose's dazzling agility with its sword-like tail, which also oozes a horrible poison.
And I named the Seviper Rapier because of its sword-like tail. Number 125, Lunatone, Meteorite Pokemon. Lunatone becomes active around the time of the full moon. Instead of walking, it moves by floating in mid-air. The Pokemon's intimidating red eyes cause all those who see it to become transfixed with fear.
No joke, I'd be a little freaked out if a moon started hopping after me. It becomes very active on the night of a full moon, don't we all? This Pokemon was first discovered 40 years ago at the site of a meteor strike.
Ow!
Caw-caw, caw-caw.
What?
Lunatone was discovered at a location, a meteorite fell. As a result, some people theorize that this Pokemon came from space. However, no one has been able to prove this theory so far.
And in Sapphire, I named it Khonshu, which is the Egyptian moon god.
Soul Rock, number 126. Meteorite Pokemon. Solar energy is the source of this Pokemon's power. On sunny days, groups of Soul Rock line up facing the sun and absorb its light, much like all the Midwesterners on a nice March day.
Solrock is a new species of Pokemon that is said to have fallen from space. It floats in air and moves silently. In battle, this Pokemon releases an intensely bright light.
Sunlight is the source of Solrock's power. It is said to possess the ability to read the emotions of others. This Pokemon gives off intense heat while rotating its body. And what did you name your Solrock?
Ra.
Which is?
The Egyptian sun god.
And then I named it Ohio and Emerald, because that just means good morning.
Aww.
And that is our Pokedex entries this week.
Wait, Solrock is taller but lighter than Lunarok. What's his name?
Lunatone?
Lunatone. Solrock is taller and lighter than Lunatone. Weird, huh?
Interesting.
Okay.
And that is our Pokedex entries. Alright, so now with the Pokedex entries done, it's time for Pokemon cards. And this week we are both opening Mega Evolution Phantasmal Flames, the Mega Charizard X on the package.
My first one is Lombre, evolves from Lotad, grass. It prefers waterfronts with plentiful food. It became nocturnal so it wouldn't have to compete for food with bird Pokemon. That's valid. Oh, Piplup, water.
Piplup.
A poor walker, it often falls down. However, its strong pride makes it puff up its chest without a care. Pommy, electric. It has underdeveloped electric sacs on its cheeks. These sacs can produce electricity only if Pommy rubs them furiously with the pads on its forepaws. Murkrow, dark. Feared and loathed by many, it is believed to bring misfortune to all those who see it at night. Oh, Alkarimi. Evolves from Milcery. I like these guys, they're cute. Psychic. Desserts that Alchemy have decorated with their cream have a rich, sweet flavor and bring happiness to all who eat them. Ooh, Ceruledge evolves from Charcadet. Fire. It's this one. The fiery blade on its arms burn fiercely with the lingering resentment of a sword wielder who fell before accomplishing their goals. Supporter Trainer card, Fire Breather. Search your deck for up to 7 basic fire energy cards. Reveal them and put them into your hand and shuffle your deck. My first reverse holo is Trapinch, fighting. This Pokemon lives in arid deserts. It patiently awaits prey inside its funnel-shaped nest.
You know what we'll probably find the next time we play the game?
Trapinch?
Because we're going to the desert.
Ooh.
And he's a 3rd-gen Pokemon. He's hoeing.
Supporter Trainer Dawn. Search your deck for a basic Pokemon, a Stage 1 Pokemon, and a Stage 2 Pokemon. Reveal them and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck.
Dawn, I think, is from the next gen for us.
Mega Charizard XEX.
Oh, another one? That's our 3rd Mega Charizard XEX.
Oh.
Because Rosella and Vavai have one.
Oh, then that's fine.
But different ones. Like different, they will have different art, each of them.
Oh, fun. Fire, 360 HP. Wow.
I wonder if you have a different art too, because there is another art, but maybe you have the same one that Vivai has. I don't know. Oh no, I think this is the one that Rosella has. Vivai has like a full art kind of one. You have the regular kind.
It's very pretty.
But geez, for all the Mega Charizard XEXs.
And then a basic psychic energy.
Do you remember what your first one was that you did in your pack?
Ooh, Lombre?
Lotad, grass Pokemon. Yes, you did Lombre. And I got Lotad.
That was so great.
The leaf on its head is naturally dirt repellent and will stay clean even after transporting Pokemon that are covered in mud. Interesting.
You want one of those, probably.
Yeah, right.
Transporting children covered in dirt. A dirt repellent back.
What was your
hair.
second Pokemon?
Piplup.
Prinplup evolves from Piplup. Water type. We switched around.
You got this. You got this. You can get a Mega Charizard YEX.
I don't even know if those are in the game or not. But
Oh.
like, I don't know. But I haven't seen or heard about those.
There's both. I know there is in Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I know that, but I don't know if they're in the cards. It lives a solitary life. The wings deliver wicked blows that can snap even the thickest of trees in half with a single hit.
I think my third one was Trapinch.
Check, just check, just for a second, please.
Oh, I was very wrong.
What was it?
Pommy.
Pommo! Evolves from Pommy, electric type.
I'm so bad. That was a reverse hollow.
But that's why I wanted you to check, because I'm like, I know you had a Pommy in there, though. When its group is attacked, Pommo is the first to leap into battle, defeating enemies with a fighting technique that utilizes electric shocks.
Mm-hmm.
Charcadet, fire type. You have a Ceruledge.
Yeah, that's my fifth one.
Nonetheless,
Sixth one.
it's just funny that like the three were matchies, sort of, and then I still have another thing that matches one of yours. Burnt Charcoal came to life and became a Pokemon. Possessing a fiery fighting spirit, Charcadet will battle even tough opponents. Okay, this has nothing to do with you. Gliscor evolves from Gligar, fighting type. If it succeeds in catching even a faint breeze properly, it can circle the globe without flapping once.
That's a talent.
Very good at gliding.
Mm-hmm.
Cresselia, psychic type. Shiny particles are released from its wings like a veil. It is said to represent the crescent moon. Hunter evolves from Ghastly, dark type. It likes to lurk in the dark and tap shoulders with a gaseous hand. Its touch causes endless shuddering.
Ooh.
Oh. And my first reverse holo is another Pommo. My second reverse holo is Dugong. Evolves from Seal. Ability Thick Fat. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks from your opponent's fire and water Pokemon. It sleeps under shallow ocean waters during the day, then looks for food at night when it's colder.
What's its weakness?
Electric. And my rare is Zacian, psychic type. Able to cut down anything with a single strike, it became known as the Fairy King's Sword, and it inspired awe in friend and foe alike.
That's really cool. I want to see.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, but it's not like it's no special art. It's not like an XEX, nothing like that.
I can't control too much of my luck.
It's not an EX.
I can't control too much of my luck, but I control just enough to give you something cool. You're welcome.
And then I have a basic water energy card. And that is our episode. Routes Through Pokemon is a Hunterfield Institute production. You can find us on Spotify, Amazon, Apple, and other podcasting platforms. We're also on YouTube at the Hunterfield Institute channel. Just look for the Routes Through Pokemon playlists. And wherever you find us, please like, subscribe, rate, review, and go ahead and leave us a comment. Ruby likes to read them.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get in touch with us, you can email us at hunterfieldmanor@gmail.com. You can also find me, Shea, on Instagram at kinetic_card or on X at HunterfieldIns. There I post our Who's That Pokemon segments twice a week, as well as what's coming up, the more interesting cards we pull, and things like that. Those also show up on our Routes Through Pokemon Facebook page, where I also include the latest Pokemon catches from our games, as well as our current tally counts and episode rankings, so you can keep up with those. With our fourth gym down, it will be time to jump back into the adventures of the manga, where we'll cover 3 chapters from Volume 17. Those are chapters 206, 207, and 208. And then we will be starting Season 7, Pokemon Advance Challenge, with 5 episodes. So, episodes 1 through 5 of Season 7, and then 2 Chronicles. And we will probably have a special guest Thank you so much for listening, and we will catch you on the next route. Bye-bye. Sayonara.
Part 75. Reflections. After leaving the gym, Violet stopped and breathed in the sea air. She exhaled slowly and stared out across the water. Her recent victory against Lieutenant Surge had been very exciting, but the elation had only lasted a moment. Now it almost felt like a distant memory, or as if it had not even happened to her but someone else. Wasn't this what she wanted? The girl stepped away from the gym and closer to the ocean. She continued to the edge, where she could look straight down into the gentle lapping of waves below. It was calm, and that seemed odd to Violet. She figured it probably felt so out of place since there had been so little calm in her adventure so far. Violet took a deep breath and held it. Her mind drifted along her journey, and each thought that came along felt like another weight being added to some imaginary load she was carrying. The idea of trying to move with so much weight started to sap all her energy away, and she couldn't see a world where she could continue trying to win badges. It had gone so poorly already.
Is there even a point anymore? Was there ever?
"Of course there is," came the voice of an old fisherman. Violet, who had not even realized she had spoken those thoughts out loud, was startled to find she wasn't alone. She saw an old man carrying a fishing rod and tackle box. He was looking toward the east and pointing at something. "You see that old truck out there? Just in front of those hills? Vermilion Point is just over them." Nothing about what the old man was saying seemed to have anything to do with what Violet was thinking. Her mind was struggling to connect the dots. She was just starting to think that maybe the old coot was just rambling when he waved his hand in front of her face. "Hello? Anyone home?" Violet blinked and her eyes stung a little. Apparently she had been staring blankly at the man while trying to comprehend him, and her eyes had started to dry out. She turned her attention back to the calming movements of the water. Her mind drifted back to where it had been before, thinking about her lost Pokemon, the storm that nearly killed her, and the rockets that keep coming after her. But each of those were momentary distractions as she kept returning to Mount Moon. Maybe it was because she was looking at water now, but she would keep seeing the lake where her dad had fallen, the Clefairy that had attacked them, and then, ultimately, how the lake drained away, taking her father with it. Suddenly, the water in her mind splashed into pieces as the calmness of the sea below was shattered. Something orange and gold was moving frantically below. Whatever it was, it seemed to be in a panic and levitating up toward her? "Ah!" came a sudden noise right beside Violet. This time she was startled so badly she nearly tumbled right over the edge. "Just another Magikarp." Violet blinked and looked over to see the fisherman sitting very close. She had assumed he had moved on, but instead he had just plopped himself right next to her and cast his line into the water. He finished reeling up the Magikarp, took it off the line, and tossed it back into the ocean. "Can't say I'm surprised. This rod is pretty old. Probably would break if it caught something with any more sense than a Magikarp." The man's presence annoyed Violet. How was she supposed to dwell on her self-pitying and depressive thoughts with all the commotion? "My grandson recently bought me a new rod. Told me this one was pointless now, unless I really wanted to start up a collection of Magikarp." The old man leaned in closer to Violet. I really don't." Then he sat back upright and cast his line back into the water. "But, of course, I stubbornly refused to use that rod and buried it in the closet. And here I am using this old thing again that does me no good." The old man sighed. "Why, you ask? Because it was my first. I've used this fishing pole since I was a boy. It has been with me through so many catches. Used to be really good at catching all sorts of Pokemon. I just can't seem to let go of the past." Watching the old man look longingly at the sea as if he could see the reflection of his life upon the surface, Violet felt a stab of pain that she didn't quite understand. Did she feel bad for the old man? That didn't seem quite right. She wouldn't even be sure what to feel bad about. The old man reeled in another Magikarp and, like the first, he tossed it back into the ocean. "Just the same as before. Perhaps my grandson was right. Maybe the rod is pointless. Or maybe it is just me. Maybe I've lost my touch. Why bother fishing any more at all?" Despite herself, Violet found herself nodding in agreement. Hadn't she started to feel the same way? Not about fishing, of course. She never fished before. But the excitement for her life as a Pokemon trainer had sort of evaporated. She wasn't any good at it. She kept losing her Pokemon and only won her last battle out of luck with that Clefairy. Maybe the fisherman's story was just what she needed to hear. It was time to call it quits. "Here, why don't you give it a shot?" Violet looked up, surprised.
What?
She found the old man holding out his fishing pole to her. "Take it. It isn't difficult to learn." Not sure what to say, Violet reluctantly took the rod and stared at it. "Just give it a flick and then, when you feel a tug, pull and start reeling it in."
I'm not really a
Just give it a go." Violet didn't think she could push too hard on a refusal. Not after all the old fisherman had said. She was worried it would just crush his spirits even more.
Oh, okay.
It took a couple of attempts to get a feel for casting out the line, but, as the man had said, it was not too difficult. Still, she wasn't catching anything, and just as Violet was about to give up so she could go on her way, she felt something. It wasn't quite the tug she thought she was supposed to wait for, so she didn't pull up right away. That had seemed to be the right call because just a second later there was a definite tug, and she pulled back and started reeling in whatever had gripped the other end of the line. Once the Pokemon was pulled up to her level, Violet found that, just as the other two catches had been, it was a Magikarp. But this time she felt something. She had caught it. It wasn't the first Pokemon she had ever caught, but it was definitely the first one she had ever caught in that way. She wasn't sure what to do next, but recalling that the old man had tossed them back, she started to reach out to do the same. She was a little hesitant to touch the pathetic, flopping thing, and just before she made contact, a new idea came to her. She didn't have a Magikarp, and, while pathetic, it had potential. She remembered her studies and knew what it could be with some training. So, instead, she reached out for one of her blue Pokeballs and tossed it at the Magikarp instead. There was a flash of light, and the Pokeball didn't even wiggle with a struggle from the Magikarp. It just gave the telltale click of the seal locking into place. Violet had just gotten another new Pokemon. "Maybe it isn't so pointless after all," the old man said. "The wrong tool in one hand is the right tool in another."
What do you...
Violet looked over at the old fisherman, but he was gone. She whirled around on the spot and couldn't find him anywhere.
There's no way he could move that fast,
she thought to herself.
Was he even real?
Looking back at the rod in her hand, she had to believe he must have been real. Where else would she have gotten it otherwise? Whatever the truth may have been, it turned out to be just what she needed. Looking at that Pokeball reminded her of her other catches. The Spearow, the Pidgey, Paris, and Abra. There was Meowth, and, technically, she had caught a Clefairy, too. Then she also recalled the Diglett, and how she had managed to evolve it while battling trainers on the SS Anne. Perhaps she was a better trainer than she had been giving herself credit for. After all, it wasn't like it was usual to have criminal groups hunting you down and stealing your Pokemon. And, even in that case, the quick thinking and the way she had used V and her 2 flying types to escape. Sure, she had gotten hurt in the process, but she had still escaped. Again. And if she was able to escape professional criminals, then maybe she would be able to turn the tables on them and get her Pokemon back. With her confidence restored and a goal set, Violet headed back to the Pokemon Center to recover her Pokemon, and then she would resume her journey. To be continued.